Hey everybody, this is Mad Matt Carter. Thank you so much for watching the AIWF Network YouTube channel as well as the AIWF Ringside Wrestling channel. If you like what you see, please do us a big favor. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, and ring that bell to get notifications every time we post new videos on both our channels. It means a lot to us, and thanks a lot for watching once again. But some talk went about Twitter this week. People have started calling AEW all empty wrestling, which I found hilarious. And then Corey Etzel made a joke about it last night.
He did. He did. Which I kind of led him to it though. But yeah. But it is. It's well, it's like I texted, y'all. It's like I was watching, that fall brawl that we had talked about that y'all went to, and I had watched that terrible uncensored with the cages.
Oh yes, that card was good except for that.
Yes,
I thought
it was, and that was terrible. And I was like, I had texted John. I said they need to look into buildings that are that size. I mean, WCW did that. They went into those places. And they worked there, and then they just they started filling those places up, and they'd sell out. And they're like, okay, we're selling out whatever the place in Asheville is called.
Asheville Civic Center.
We're selling that out. Let's go somewhere else. We're selling out this place. Let's start getting bigger. And that's what they did. And, eventually they blew out, but yeah, just, it's not shameful to go to a smaller place. I mean,
I think at this point for them it is.
Yeah, well, why though? It doesn't make business.
Because they have come on the scene screaming, "We are the equal to WWE." That was from day one. We're going to be the people that rival WWE. And it's like their ego won't let them take a step back now because it's devastating for them.
I guess they think they're the new WCW, but you
I would not say that.
But what I was going to say, historically, you need to watch the evolution of NWA to WCW to the WCW that was beaten Raw to the WCW that destroyed itself. You've got to look at their whole picture to see what they did right and to see what they did wrong. And in the beginning, what they did right was they stayed in arenas that fit their number of viewers.
That's in the WCW timeline, though.
That makes sense.
I have a
in reality, that makes perfect sense. But WCW didn't start saying we're WWE's equals until they were beating them in the ratings.
Yeah, right.
They had it to back up. AEW come right out of the damn gate saying, we're going to kick their ass. And now they can't. So once they go back from 10,000 seat arenas to 3,000 seat arenas, that just, I feel like that they think it'll just make them a joke.
A
legitimate joke.
Matt Carter may agree with me on this, but Tony Khan is the new Jim Herd. I mean, really, truly.
Yeah, but I don't think he's that much of an asshole. I think he doesn't know wrestling. Yeah. And I want to make a distinction here because now I am going to show you wrestling nerddom. There's a cutoff point between when Jim Crockett Promotions went out of business and became WCW. That's two separate timelines because one of the things that drove Jim Crockett out of business was trying to chase the WWF and buying up all those extra territories, buying 2 fucking airplanes, and then they started in 88. If you watch like the World Championship Wrestling in 88, they started doing television tapings in their big house show arenas, like Greensboro and Charlotte and stuff like that. And they only did that every now and then in the years leading up to that. And I know it was a combination of things. Dusty burned out booking. Jim Crockett was trying to expand too quickly. And Jim Crockett, give him credit on that documentary they did a few years ago, said that the buck stops here. It was anything that went wrong was my fault. And
I still blame the accountant.
But like I said, that's kind of going with what I say. Yeah, like they went and like you said, they started considering themselves trying to take on the WWE, and it failed. And then Turner bought, and then it kind of just was like the same kind of wave. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think you could look at both but I understand what you're saying about, you see a stopping point and a starting point, but it's that whole things. People have got to stop going into the business of wrestling on television with the end point of being bigger and better than the WWE.
Wouldn't it be a breath of fresh air if one of these billionaires actually went on there and be like, oh, good Lord, they're not trying to compete with those national companies, but if we can get some attention around some of our guys and they can get those big contracts, well, that'd be just great. Well, guess what? Somebody like Triple H is going to hear that and be like, there's another place we can maybe develop talent, eh? It's like the college football season is a feeder system into the NFL, right? That's just the way it works. And wrestling could be like that. But you got people with billion-dollar trust funds that's egos are just too big.